But I feel like I have to say, I think NASCAR really hyped things up quite a bit. Obviously, off the momentum of Ross Chastain's move at Martinsville going viral. The Phoenix race today, I have to say, like I said, congratulations to Joey Logano on a dominant day, winning a much-deserved championship. But I feel like the race kind of didn't quite live up to the hype. I think Phoenix, as much as they've tried to hype up this event and give them the track a couple of facelifts over the years, from what I hear, the atmosphere of the track is fantastic. But the racing itself, I think a lot of fans are starting to say, okay, it's time to go back to Miami for a championship or move it to a rotating basis every year, like some people have been throwing that idea out there over the years. So we'll see what happens on that front. In terms of the whole season, I think, you hit the nail right on the head there, Matthew. I think we've had some pluses and minuses. The parity has been unbelievable. And I think that's probably the biggest plus that we've seen so far. It's been cool to see so many different winners. Cool to see different teams up there competing that we haven't seen in a while. For Eric Jones in particular to put the 43 car back in victory lane at Darlington was pretty cool. 19 different winners. I was thinking, because I was always on this train on this show saying I still don't think we get to 16 winners, and then to open the playoffs with 3 non-playoff drivers and to get to 19, I was thinking, okay, how can we get to 21, 22, 23 if Keselowski wins Talladega, if AJ steals a road course, Blaney and Truex can probably get one. It looked like we were never going to stop adding to it as the playoffs began. And then, of course, things cooled off a little bit. So that's all been great. The next-gen car, though, is a major, major concern for me. And I think 2022, in and of itself, was not a make or break, but this new era for NASCAR is certainly a make or break, and the new next-gen car, obviously, as well. They have to get those issues ironed out. And it's not just the rear end of the cars, like you were mentioning, Joe, and great to see Alex Bowman back today. I hope he's doing all right because I know he was involved in another accident, and want to send my best to Greg Ives because I know he's stepping down from the crew chief box as well. But, we saw it again with Brad Keselowski today. I mean, what on earth is going on with these cars just randomly catching on fire? I thought we had that problem fixed, and it showed up once again today. So there's a lot of concerns with this car. And again, I still think, there's a case to be made that maybe they introduced the car a year or two early. It's crazy to think that they were going to introduce it in 2021 before the pandemic hit. But I think there are still definitely some issues that need to be ironed out. So we'll see what they can do going into 2023. I do think there is some momentum. The schedule has been phenomenal. Credit to NASCAR for trying to bring some new tracks in. I remember when Kentucky was like the only new track that we had for, like a decade and a half on the schedule. And to see the Roval brought in and, bring dirt back to the Cup Series schedule and be trying the street course next year in Chicago. I don't know how well all of those experiments have gone, but credit to them for at least trying and not standing still with the schedule as well. I think that's a major plus. So there are positives and negatives that we can point out. Obviously I'm not a fan of the playoff system. I'm not a fan of a sign falling off of the wall in the infield in the Roval and ruining Kyle Larson's season in many respects. I know he still got the chance to compete for the owner's title today, but I think there's a lot of positive energy and momentum. It's just a matter of putting that in the right place and fixing the issues with the next-gen car. That is the single most important thing that NASCAR needs to be focused on this offseason. Hey everyone, I'm Ben Schneider. Thank you so much for watching. Before you go, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Grid Network highlights and analysis. And for full episodes of Grid Live Encore and other Grid programming, subscribe directly to Grid Network.